education. And today, basically, education is aimed at preparing people to become productive workers, to be able to function in society. That's what most of the education is aimed at. But its origins comes from basically, if you want, education is not aimed at making money. It's actually aimed at becoming a great man. So there is a moral element in education. And
this is Japanese Christian at Meiji era period.
So basically that's a parallel. It's a parallel between the Western philosophy and the traditional Western philosophy and the Japanese education, which was also
in the book Representative Japanese. He said like that. Right?
So basically, virtuous education was.
You said Uchimura Kanto said that word.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Uchimura Kanto. This is Japanese, but you are we still blaming US? Of course.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah. So from an outsider perspective,
Trump, 100% for sure. He's not gentleman.
Right.
He's not great man.
No, that's absolutely, there's no discussion.
He's a bad woman.
I don't think that, I'm not really sure about the woman part, but personally.
Wicked man. Okay? So we are still blaming them.
We are still blaming them.
Of course.
Okay.
Why they...
Must be somewhere here, I think, because it's in the...
Oh, that's right. Okay. 高橋見える?
はい、見ます。
Oh, great. Okay,
go ahead.
Okay, so basically this is what both China, what Confucius advocated, and what people like Plato advocated, that basically education is not there to make money. It's there to bring virtue to people, to make them great people, gentlemen. This is something until the Meiji Restoration applied both in Europe as well.
My basic question is: are the
Japan.
American people still they don't have moral? I believe they have moral.
They have moral.
Not.
But not through education.
Really?
Not through the educational system.
Except
no.
Trump, but usually they educated for the moral.
Well, basically, there is no curriculum. There's nothing in the university where they are being taught morale. It's maths, it's languages, it's physics, chemistry, but there is no special education for morale. In Europe, sure, because I went to a Christian school. Then every week we had only, I think maybe 2 hours education. That's something that had to do with morale and things like that. But that's it. That's it. And the rest of the time was fully spent on developing skills.
Oh, of course. Current Japan, we don't give them moral education. And this sentence is Meiji era.
Right. So until Meiji era, and I think that both applies to both Europe and Japan. We still one of the primary objectives of education was to really educate people, to make them great people.
So that is the reason why Japanese people give them moral education, to get the advantage comparing with the overseas Westerners. Westerners, they don't get moral education, so we can get advantage if we're going to teach them moral. And so, because Japanese people recently, we cannot discriminate our technology and so forth.
So why are we not changing it? Like, for example, if we look at the future, like now more than ever, we are entering an era where more and more work can be taken over by robots, by artificial intelligence, by all these things. But what separates us from these machines and software technological developments is our capacity of compassion, of basically being flexible and being empathetic towards other human beings. So moral education is basically, at this moment, I would say, is the future. That's the new source of employment.
Do you know the current AI robotics cause lots of problems? Do you know major problem is they self-study, making react to the human being.
Right.
So they study the bad characters. Their
Talk
character
about Rika-chan.
get worse. Yes, exactly. So we need to give them more morale for the robotics. So that kind of issues we're going to more emphasize in near future.
Well, these things like AI work very well. Like if you want to teach a computer how to play chess
Do you know
or how to play Go.
many American elementary schools started to teach them Python?
Right.
Many elementary schools.
Right.
And because for parents consider for their future, for the business like AI robotics, so it's a good opportunity, but also gives them how to make concentration. Coding is very good them to make concentration.
And it's creative work. But I do feel that coding is a very good exercise. I love to code. I code as a hobby, but I have no illusion that basically writing code is something that can easily be done.
Do you
by,
know the
program.
artificial intelligence and robot? Most advanced robot is they try to stop developing for the brain reaction because too much sensitive that robot make react against human being. So they need to reconsider what the best way, because current robot is self-generating. They are reacting human being. Self-generating, decision making based upon human reaction. They accumulating their decision.
Right.
If some human being teach her bad word, bad attitude, she learned, she studied to make reaction for the people.
Right. But it's a little bit. This is not really artificial intelligence. Now. What you are referring to is Rika-chan, or what?
No, Rina.
Oh, Rina-chan.
Now she's very bad girl.
Yeah, but it's basically, this is not really artificial intelligence.
No, I'm talking about not Rina. This is the most famous robot in the world. What's the name of that? I just.
Okay. All right. So basically, how artificial intelligence works is that you give them a